Katika kiwango cha 1124
This is Senator Obama's school in Kogelo, Kenya. More than half of Kenyans are under age 25. These youth face many challenges, including poverty, hunger, lack of employment prospects, and an overburdened and underfunded education system. Primary school became free for all Kenyan children in January 2003. However, families are responsible for paying for a child's secondary education or high school. Many students are forced to give up their aspirations for higher education simply because families cannot afford to pay high secondary education enrollment fees.
My father will not be able to provide me things such as school fees or a boarding school because he will pay 8,000 in a boarding and he will receive 8,000 in salary. So it is a lot of problem because it is must for him to divide that money in equally for me to get enough and parent to get enough.
Emmanuel lives in the Laikipia district, an economically marginalized region in Kenya. Stories like that of Emmanuel's are common here.
I have just been admitted to 2 colleges, but due to lack of funds, my mother is not able to support my education. So I have to stay in the bushes working at least for the food.
Bleak opportunities in rural areas cause many youth to flee to urban centers. Many come here, to Kibera, a Nairobi slum of over 1 million people. But youth unemployment is high and opportunity is scarce. Increased numbers of disenfranchised youth have been linked to increased gang and violent activity in the slum. Not far from Kibera is the University of Nairobi, one of Kenya's most prestigious educational institutions. Students must pay around $3,000 in tuition each year. Rising tuition fees cause many students who would otherwise qualify to attend university to be denied.
The cost of education in this country has gone so high such that people who qualify cannot see the door to a university.
To meet this challenge, an entire village will often pool its financial resources to invest in a single student's education. This student is then expected to pay this debt by providing for other children in the community to attend school. This places tremendous pressure on the individual to succeed.
In one calendar year, I'm supposed to pay $3,000. My father works for Mias Sugar and he's not earning that much. So which means my family and the extended family have to come together and do a fundraiser, which means the entire community is investing in my education. So what is expected for me once I get a job, I start paying back. In terms of, I have to live with my cousins, pay for their education and all that. So I'm schooling for my village.
Students at the University of Nairobi say the Kenyan government is not committed to reforming the country's struggling education system. These students believe their futures are determined by corrupt, cronyism politics rather than by professional merit.
It's not what I was taught in the university that matters out there. It is whom I know. The gatekeepers are in place already.
Kenya's youth face many challenges, including bleak opportunities in rural areas, high rates of unemployment, rising tuition costs, and what many young people believe is a corrupt and highly politicized education system. Yet some students remain optimistic their generation will be able to overturn this cycle.
The path lies with, I call it our generation, because those in the older generation, they have the old notion, and it's so hard to change the ways an adult thinks. But it's the young generation to change everything.